Let's go.
Yesterday. This was about celebrating the men and women who paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving in the U.S. Army over the past 250 years.
Okay.
Now, what's also interesting about this entire story is Senator John Fetterman, once again, is doing something that pisses off Democrats. He's telling the truth. And we're going to look at ground news to show you the truth and what the media is saying so you can think for yourself. And if you guys want to follow along, just go to ground.news/Devori. Now, before I show you what the media outlets are saying here, I just want you to see exactly what Senator John Fetterman said. Take a look.
Look at this post actually on X from Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman. Quote, this parade is comprised of our sons, daughters, mothers, and fathers, the very best of the U.S., regardless of your politics. It's appropriate to celebrate the 250 years of sacrifice, dedication, and service. Deneen, why can't every American get behind that same sentiment as John Fetterman? By the way, who has impressed me a lot more than I ever thought he would coming into the U.S. Senate.
Good for him for making those comments. And these aren't the only comments that he has made coming against his own party. No. But look, this is...
it's a shame we have to praise a Democrat for being patriotic, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
It is. It's so twisted, right? But it's a good thing to do. And I'm glad he came out and did that. But the left, of course, they despise him. They don't like him for doing that because he has stuck his head out of the hole and it's going to be a whack-a-mole moment for him.
So what's
all right? So very common sense moment. Shout out to Devori Dawkins. Let's go over to Nick Shirley. Let's just see what he's saying when he was there in D.C. when two protests or one protest and one celebration was going on.
Parade will include equipment from all of the Army's major operations over time.
I intend to get arrested.
Really? You intend to get arrested? Why so?
If I get arrested, that gives me the biggest megaphone in the world.
Right here we have a counter-protester here.
With the white liberal in a sweater.
Today we're here in Washington, D.C. Right here is where the 250-year military parade is going to be taking place. It's also the 79th birthday of Donald Trump. And right here is where Donald Trump will be standing during the parade. You can see the bulletproof glass that is set right there. We're going to be showing you guys the preparations that are taking place, the protests that are going to be happening during the parade, as over 1,900 protests are going to be taking place across America called the No Kings protest. We're showing you guys during the parade and after, giving you guys exclusive access to this parade. We have not had a parade like this in the United States in the past 30 years or so. People are wondering what the military is going to be bringing out. Let's get into it and talk about what's going to be happening here in Washington, D.C. The parade's going to take place here on Constitution Avenue, and there's going to be around 6,000 troops, 150 military.
So I wanted to play that because, first of all, I want to show actual, content creators that are doing just a great job on just bringing real news to us. Now, here we have June 14th has a significance that I want to throw in there that I didn't know until that day. Number one, June 14th was Flag Day. Okay, interesting. I went someplace and I was like, what's up with all the flags where I went? And I figured out it was Flag Day, right? So great day to honor America and their flag. Number two, in D.C., there was a celebration, a parade going on for the military. Right? As you heard what Nick Shirley said, they were going to start talking about equipment and all this type of stuff. It was Donald Trump's birthday, I believe either the day after. But then at the same time, we have this No Kings protest happening all across America or in a lot of cities across America, including even in Michigan. But what I find it ironic in D.C., which is where I want to stick to in D.C., the same city is having an anti-ICE protest and basically an anti-Trump protest instead of celebrating our troops who give them the right to have, who fight for their right to have freedom of speech and to protest. They decide to basically spit in our military's face, spit in our president's face, and say, we stand with the illegal immigrants and we hate the deportation process. On Flag Day, to honor Americans, which they were flying off, Mexican flags out in L.A., burning American flags. I don't know exactly where, but I definitely seen there was a protest and it was an American flag on the ground that was burning. So I said, oh, wow.
Wait a minute.
So they're burning our flag and they don't choose to honor our military. You could have put your little protest up for a day to go honor the military, but instead you wanted to fight against it. And because it was Donald Trump's birthday, which the media just totally got you guys hook, line, and sinker, You're like, we're not going to that. We're not going to celebrate that. It's supposed to be Trump's birthday, and he's turning into it all about him and the military, and we're not going to celebrate anything for Trump. This is starting to become a very anti-American party. Like the term that I'm starting to create on my channel, and make sure you guys like, subscribe, and I also do weekly live streams, so it's fun, is the anti-Americanism. This is anti-Americanism right here. I mean, you should be going there. The military is showing off their equipment and everything they're using, so that they can defend America and our allies. And you're in the same city. It's not an inconvenience, but instead you decide to protest against America. This is crazy right here. This is absolutely insane. The fact that you would choose to say, nah, we're not going to go there because it's supposed to be Donald Trump's birthday. Hey, you know what, guys? If you want to continue down this road of I hate Trump and everything that he does, you guys are going to be on the wrong side of things. John Fetterman. Let me say this about John Fetterman. And I've said this before on my channel and on my live streams. To me, I don't know, at first it seemed like John Fetterman was just kind of reading the writing on the wall that the Democrats were just in a hellhole as far as a party and the rating was going down. So I wasn't sure if he was just trying to switch parties or just agree. But he seems to be a lot more in the middle because he would disagree with Trump on some things. But you know what he is? He's a very sensible person. Hey, listen, he's in office for 4 years. He's even came on camera and said, Democrats are fighting too many fights of Trump. They're choosing the wrong fights instead of just saying when he's right and move on. I mean, this is the military. There's nothing, this should not be a partisan issue if the military wants to come and have a parade. And I'm hearing people talking about the cost of it and all this type of stuff. We should be celebrating our troops. We should be showing up to say thank you for your service. And speaking with them. These people are away from their family and sacrificing their lives. These are young men and women that are choosing to fight for our country. They can do millions of other things. And some of them have joined the military to save their lives. To save their lives. To then save ours. But what a smack in the face. To spit in our country's face and say, we're going to run an anti-ICE protest in the same city instead of show up to a parade and clap for our military and just be excited. But we got all this energy against Donald Trump and the country. It's just ridiculous. This man, Donald Trump, has real estate in so many liberals and Democrats' heads. If you agree with that statement right there, I just want to know, and I will interact with you if you do this. Drop a 1 in the video if you believe that Donald Trump has free real estate in these liberals and Democrats' minds. Drop a 1 in the chat or drop a 1 in the comments. I mean, this dude literally, and I think it was such a chess move to say, hey, it's going to be my birthday. And on that same day, we're going to celebrate the military, which I already heard was in the works from 2 years ago. And he tied it into his birthday because he knew that Democrats wouldn't show up and they would probably protest against him, which now does what politically? Makes this party look like they hate everything to do with America, including our military. What a genius political move. But I just find it disgusting, man. I mean, just call right is right, man. We're honoring the military. What problems do we have here? We shouldn't have any problems with this. None. The military has nothing to do with Trump and this and that. Even though Trump is their boss, because he's the commander in chief, let's not forget that. We as Americans should be going there as just a duty and a service to say thank you. I don't know. But hey, man, maybe I'm in the twilight zone over here. Y'all let me know. I just think that we shouldn't be spitting on our troops like that. Creating a protest in the same city just to protest against him, again, on Flag Day and a parade to honor them and see our equipment and everything else. But we want to be free, though. We love our freedom. You know what? Some of these Americans are so spoiled. It's ridiculous how spoiled and entitled some of us Americans are. It really is, man. We are like little kids that have gotten everything, and our parents ask us to go get a job for once. And all of a sudden, when they asked us to go get a job, we're just like, oh my gosh, man, we have to work long hours, and I really got to do this. Like, it's ridiculous. We just don't understand. We don't know how good we got it. But you guys let me know in the comments, man. I'm going to get out of here. Like I say after every video, this is chess. It's not checkers. And I'm going to see you guys at work.
You are watching
In a world of noise and narratives, one voice